Hello friends! In the previous episode we entered the zone at night, slept in the forest, explored the village of Zalesia and almost got caught by the police, after which we waited for darkness and headed towards the city of Chernobyl. The road to the proposed place of lodging for the night took about 10 kilometers. Approaching the crossroads of the central roads, not far from the Lelev checkpoint, we clearly heard the ringing of the church bells of the temple in Chernobyl. It was an Easter service, which means that the police were clearly not up to us. Everyone was getting ready to celebrate. Having reached the peninsula near the ships, we spent the night on the soft sand. Good morning, friends. We woke up on this island in Chernobyl near the ships. Now we are moving towards the ships. It is about 6 in the morning. Let's see what is there and where else we can go. But we are a little worried about the cars that went in that direction. And there is a dead end, maybe it's workers. There we had the barking of dogs in this direction. In general, we all look at the situation. Say it again, Gagarin. No, I can do that a second time. Look, what a cool thing. Why we didn't spend the night here? See what we found. Cool. Need to get in there. She is pretty big. Let's see which side is better to climb. Just don't stand on the boards, they're rotten, says Beaver.
Проще тебе было.
Я хочу, чтобы ты пришел, посмотрел.
Сейчас посмотрим.
It's an empty room. There was a checkout. Utility room. Guys, for a couple of minutes, instead of my off-screen translation, you will see subtitles. I'll explain why. In the original video there were Russian subtitles in these places, as I spoke in a whisper. But you can't leave Russian text in an English video, YouTube doesn't like this, so I close the Russian subtitles with English ones, I apologize. On the right you can see a large hangar of a ship repair plant. Let's try to go there. And by the way, it became clear where the traces of the car were from. Apparently there is a sawmill here. From what we're seeing here, it's a lot cooler than that we expected to see. We went to look at several sunken ships, photos of which are on the internet and where few people have been. But we did not expect to see many other objects here. Big boat. Apparently it was a parking lot of ships near the plant. One more boat. And this is some kind of device for launching ships on the water. And here are the rails along which this device apparently moved. And it doesn't look abandoned. Brazier. Probably workers and fishermen roast meat here. Pay attention, on the large boat in the distance and the green boat on the shore, they are not abandoned. Guys, I remembered what kind of boat it is in the distance. Excursion and carrier tourist around Chernobyl. On to the left, in theory, we are trying to find a passage in the sunken ships. No, way to the left, there is a sawmill, says Beaver. The garden is nervous and offers to leave here as soon as possible, since there are most likely workers and guards here. I calm him down. It's definitely a sawmill, says Beaver. Look how much waste. Near the hangar, not sand, as we first thought, but sawdust. We take meat, come here and have a grill party here. From such impudence the locals may think that we are officially here. We heard of sounds of people and souls. Apparently, even on Sunday, a Christian holiday, someone is working here early in the morning. The sawmill dogs heard us and started barking. We wanted to go into this large hangar, but a little further we saw a security booth with an open door and did not take risks. Guys, look, there is a security booth. It's too clean here, says Gagarin. Through bushes, a swamp, a working sawmill and voices, we still got to the ships. This view is for you guys.
Красота.
Here is the same ship from the game. Unfortunately, in reality, it is flooded.
В таком вот состоянии.
This ship, or this one, is not exactly clear. The name of the ship is not visible. We achieved one of the objectives of the trip. Now our task is to get out of here. Further along the way, an abandoned cement plant. Dump the car. A car is driving there and she could see me.
Машина. Машина.
She is left. This crossing of the track was the most dangerous. Sitting nearby, we could hear the cars passing by every 2 minutes, but the shock for us was what we could not see at night. On the left, we were visible for about 500 meters, and any car from the afar would have noticed us, but luck was on our side. Having gone away from the road, we decided to make a big halt, at the same time to make reconnaissance with a drone. On this trip I planned not only to shoot with a drone, but also to use it as a scout. He coped with this task excellently, but there is a problem. In a quiet zone it is audible even at high altitude, and this is considering that I have the quietest drone in its class, DJI Mini 2. My goal was to understand what kind of enterprise is near us and whether there is someone at the abandoned cement plant. Intelligence showed that the nearest enterprise is most likely working. It is fenced and there are new buildings, but the cement plant where we wanted to go was empty. Also pay attention to these two cars and the sand pit on the upper right, the drive right there. They couldn't hear the drone. A little later you will understand why I asked you to pay attention to these cars. And here is the same sand pit where two cars recently went. I am not a superstition person, but I believe that things happen for a reason. This is me to what it seems to me the correct stalkers, the zone helps. As you are to zone, so is it to you. Do not litter, do not make noise, do not engage in vandalism, as the zone will repay you the same, save you from injury and the police. And it's very easy to get injured in the zone, believe me, just like getting cut by the police. Someone will say, nothing special, just a pontoon crossing lies on its side in the middle of the forest. But I'll tell you guys, it's look damn entourage. I really like this route, almost no one went here, and along the way we meet various interesting objects. We found an abandoned village in the middle of a forest that isn't even on the map. Hard. As it turns out, the village has a name. It is called Lelev. It is heavily overgrown, so it is not visible on satellite maps. Stalkers very rarely come here. Now we are approaching one interesting location, which few people have shown. As far as I know, this is a cement plant. And by the way, this location is in the game Stalker Call of Pripyat. Let's look at her. I hope there's no one there. It looks cool. There are a lot of interesting places in the Chernobyl zone, but for some reason everyone is attracted mainly by the city of Pripyat. Let's take a look at this hangar. Unfortunately, there is a fresh log hanging there. This gravel looks fresh. Perhaps this place is used as a warehouse of some materials. Perhaps there is someone here during the working days, but we're just lucky to get here on Sunday. And here a fresh log hangs. Logs hang everywhere, so the place is not completely abandoned. By the way, there is a functional substation over there. I don't know about you, but I loved this location. It's not a big, but it's pretty atmospheric. I'm very pleased with our route, because we have already seen a lot of places that no one showed. What is the level of radiation here? Less than normal. It's clear. And this is an abandoned stable that stands alone in the middle of the field. Look what a huge trench. Most likely they wanted to make a road and a bridge across the river here. At this point we planned to cross the river and head to the island of the phase of the construction of a nuclear power plant, but our plans have changed a bit. Now we're planning to replenish the water supply and have a little rest, and then we will decide how to move on. We expected that the air temperature would be lower. It is very hot outside. It is difficult to move during the day, so we decided to make a halt. At this point we planned to cross the river but did not know if it was possible. But we decided that we would go a different route. It seems to me that a bridge was once planned here. Coming to the long-awaited halt, we decided to have a bite of sandwich with bacon and discuss how the stalkers got out of the zone during forest fires. Next time we will need to take another combat drone with us to carry our stuff. What about charging it? Beaver asks. So he will carry the battery. There is a raccoon gargoyle and we have a beaver gargoyle. He is in his natural habitat. The Chernobyl zone is a unique place where time has stopped forever. A place where there are no cars, people and shops, where you can be alone with nature and with yourself, forgetting about all the problems and the bustle of the city. This place has its own rules. Here you need to task less and listen more. The zone rewards those who follow its rules. No matter how hard it is under a big backpack after 10 kilometers, you want to come back here again and again, because here there is something that is so hard to find in our everyday life. This is a dangerous and in its own way beautiful place, which can be understood only in an illegal trip. Many, including myself, began to be interested in the theme of the Chernobyl zone thanks to the Stalker game universe. But the zone in life and the zone in the game are completely different places. When I first come on the official tour, I hope to find here the atmosphere from the game, dead, oppressive, dangerous, which we loved so much in our time. I was very disappointed not to find her here, but I discovered another zone for myself in an illegal trip. I'm sure you had from many that going once illegally to the zone, it will beckon you back. This is true. Everyone finds something of their own here. Someone likes the atmosphere of abandonment against the background of wild nature. For some, silence, which cannot be found in the city. The zone is also different at different times of the year. In autumn the zone is gloomy and cold, and in spring it is blooming and lively. It's hard to say which is better. Every season is beautiful in its own way. We sat, felt drunk and decided not to go to the third queue. First because we had already been there and seen everything. We just wanted to climb onto the roof of the 5 power units this time. Secondly, we thought that it would be more rational to reach our house near Pripyat by nightfall. As Bureau says, no matter how you build the route, the zone will make its own adjustments. Can't you tell the truth, then we got drunk and were too lazy? Now I will turn the camera and microphone and you will say. And so, viewers comment, why did we decide not to go to the fat line? Everything is very simple. We are just too lazy, especially after drinking a bottle of cognac. The routine of stalker trips. There is some truth in this. About 98% says Bureau. We rested, slept and are now looking for a way through this jungle. We need to go upstairs to go to the cowsheds. Somewhere there must be a road that we need. Shit. It's not for you to ride around the zone with a crew. Fuck, rotten tree.
Второй раз. Подожди.
Wait, let me get up. The ground is wet, it's hard to climb. This tree is strong, you can hold on to it. And it's rotten, don't hold on to it. Bill, wait. Everything, I'm holding on. There are a lot of cowsheds here, about 5 pieces. Unfortunately, all of them were badly damaged in recent fires. Everyone's roof collapsed and only ruins remained. But even the ruins look atmospheric. Here is a second cowshed. The walls are safer, but the roof has also collapsed. Let's look inside. Unfortunately, the fire in 2019 destroyed a lot of cool objects in the zone that we haven't been able to explore. Amazing view from the back. Until recently we were sitting below, and now we are enjoying the view from above. In fact, these are rare shots of the zone. Usually bloggers do not go to these places. Wildlife at its finest. Yes, Gagarin. Yes, it's beautiful, but I am embarrassed that there is a storm front in the distance and it's coming to us. How would we escape from it? Yes, you're right, it is raining in the distance, but as the Bureau says, we will act according to the circumstances.
Посмотрим, как оно будет. Погнали, короче, дальше.
I think it was either a supermarket of some kind of cultural institution. See what unusual columns. Unfortunately, the building was damaged by fire. When you walk along a untrodden path, you can always stumble upon something interesting, like the small dump of car.
Артефакты, которых впереди еще много.
There is some military equipment ahead.
Так, это что-то гусеничное.
To my surprise, the radiation level is quite a bit above the norm.
Практически не повышенный.
90 microrengens per hour, 3 times the norm, but compared to the other machines, this is very small.
Ликвидаторов это ни о чем.
We walked through the village and stumbled upon such a cool house, which is very well preserved. Let's go see what's inside.
Идем посмотрим, что там внутри.
It looks like someone has lived here recently.
Сталкером детали. Сейчас немножечко света добавлю.
There is a terrible smell in the house.
Да, запах это.
It seems that homeless people lived here and dragged everything here. A rotten potato in a box, given that it hasn't completely dried out. Someone has lived here recently. Fuck! I just stepped on something rotten on the floor and almost slipped.
И чуть не подскользнулся. Там что-то мягкое, явно не свежее. Сейчас немножко.
Let me give you some light.
Да. Так. Ну, судя по всему, тут давно никого не было. Но когда-то сталкивались.
While we are lying on a halt, I will tell you why there are 3 of us this time. Initially we planned to go with the same lineup as in the first season, but we did not manage to set one date that would suit everyone. Therefore we decided to split into 2 groups. They went on a hike a few weeks ago and we went now in early May. Another girl was supposed to go with us, but she didn't succeed because of her work, and as a result there were 3 of us left. And I must tell you, the 3 of us are very comfortable. The 3 of us get a quieter and more harmonious group. Despite the difficult route, we pass it well. Beaver, you always say that the fewer people in the group the better. How are you doing as a threesome? I like the less people the calmer, although a large group is more fun. The day is coming to an end and we are moving towards our house near Pripyat. We have two options for how to get there. We can walk 20 kilometers to the house or walk to Volkhov and come there for the night, and in the morning continue on our way to the house. The fact is they promise heavy rain at night, and we think which options is better. Instinct prompted that we need to go spend the night on the Volkhov, and it did not let us down. It started raining heavily at night, and at the time we slept, albeit not in warmth but under the roof. Watch in the next episode. Good morning, guys, bon appetit. See how this painting has survived.
Идеальный. Видно?
Very strong radiation in the middle of the forest.
Попали в небольшое пятнышко.